Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing a GeForce RTX 3060 12GB GPU in Assassin's Crisp Mirage. This one is the AFOX model of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers and I'm not manually overclocking it. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power-Ups. GPU 0 resizable bar is also enabled, and over on the left we're pairing it with the i5 13600K with the E-cores disabled because it introduces stuttering in this game, and a 5.6 GHz overclock. We're also pairing it with 32GB of RAM, 6000 MHz DDR5 in dual channel, and let's get right into it, shall we? As usual, let's go over the settings first. I'm starting at 1080p resolution. We're also going to test 1440p and a bit of 4K in this video, and we're using the ultra high settings preset first, but I'm also going to lower it down to high because it looks almost the same and it performs much better that way. We're also going to test some DLSS a little bit later, and let's get to it. Yeah, look at that optimization at work. It's an RTX 3060 at 1080p ultra settings, getting 60 plus frames per second, at least here in this area. We're gonna get to a river in just a little bit because it gets really intensive, close to water, you know. But yeah, no complaints right here in terms of the performance, my friends. 76 FPS average so far. Even here with a ton of NPCs, it's not dropping from 70 yet. Well, there you go, 67. Just to shut me up, right? But yeah, lots of vegetation and stuff. 63 FPS right there. At this point, I am starting to believe that it will actually drop from 60. But I mean, most of the time, it's gonna be a really great experience here at 1080p. 59 right there. So there's no need for DLSS in my opinion. If you want a smooth experience, of course, for 60 plus all of the time on ultra settings, you will want to enable that on quality. It looks pretty good in this game. Actually, all of the upscaling technologies in this game look really good. It's a great implementation even of FSR and XeSS. But of course, DLSS still has the upper hand a little bit. Okay, this is the bridge, guys. I'm gonna dive right now, and wow, okay. Oh, massive stuttering. We've also seen these stuttering issues with the 6700 XT when we got to this river area of the map. Also, oh my god, the water looks like crap at 1080p resolution. Jesus, what the hell is that? It looks like Assassin's Creed Valhalla with the anti-aliasing option on low. That looks weird as heck, dude. I'm actually gonna go ahead and increase the sharpness here on the sharpen strength to 100% just to see if we can get rid of it. No, it's still very noisy. Although it's not soft now, so I'll take it, I think. 100% sharpening looks great on water. Although everything else is over-sharpened at this point now. So, yeah, it's a double-edged sword, my friends. For sure. A little bit of a stutter once again right there. I think it only stutters near water at the first time you come across it because it needs to load in something. And once everything is loaded, it should be a buttery smooth experience after that. Oh, hello, little Jax. Okay, I really want to pet the black one. Why can't I pet the black one? Come on, mate. It's October. It's the month of the black cats. Hello, Jack. How's it going, buddy? I kind of wish to pet your friends as well, but okay. You know what? In terms of averages, at the moment at least, it's getting very similar results to the RK770, but I think the ARC was playing on high, and this is playing on ultra high at the moment. So much for an Intel-optimized title. That's pretty weird to see, I guess. But again, we spent a lot of time outside of these walls here, and it gets more intensive inside of here. And of course, there are some areas where this does drop from 60 FPS, so keep that in mind. Those averages can vary, of course, with different areas of the map. Let's use DLSS on quality now with 69% sharpness, so it's not super over-sharpened like it was before, and there we have it, guys. DLSS magic is here once again. It's not really delivering a ton more FPS, I guess, or maybe this area is that much more intensive. Yeah, I think we were dropping from 70 frames per second with a lot of vegetation like this previously. So yeah, now we're in the 80s in this scenario, which is pretty good. But yeah, in terms of visuals, it looks super similar to the native resolution that we just saw previously. So I really like this, guys. DLSS in this game, as well as the other upscaling techs, work extremely well. But DLSS, especially at 1080p, it's really good looking. I think if you must have those 60 plus 100% of the time with ultra settings, just enable this on quality. It's gonna look fantastic and it's gonna play fantastic as well. Oh, stutter there once again. Yeah, I'm not liking that too much. I thought it was gonna be a little bit smoother of an experience, but overall it is very smooth and super dang playable, of course. Great performance, guys, with great visuals at the same time. I like it. A lot of people say that the game doesn't look very good, but I think it does look pretty nice. 2560 by 1440 is next, using the same ultra high settings with TAA native. And whoa, okay. It looks really nice, guys, compared to 1080p at 1440. And I know a lot of people are actually playing games with the RTX 3060 at 1440p as well. And guess what? In Assassin's Creed Mirage, the 3060 can actually provide 60-ish FPS at 1440p native. Wow, I'm looking forward to using DLSS here at this resolution, actually, guys. It's gonna provide 60 plus FPS probably all of the time, which is kind of insane, you know? This is ultra settings after all. Dang. All right. Also, around here is really intensive. As you can see, it's actually dropping into the 40s. Seems like this vegetation in this particular part of the map with a lot of NPCs close to us, and I'm not sure if it is rendering the water, but there is some water right here and right here as well. Yeah, it gets really, really intensive, guys. 57 inside of the water as well. Let's enable DLSS now on quality, and this will probably look pretty similar to native res. Yeah, I think you do lose a very slight bit of detail, like on his clothes, for example, the hood. You know, you could see a little bit more of the finer lines of threading on the clothes and stuff like that. But you can still see them. It's just very, very, very slightly blurrier. And it's totally worth the trade-off, guys. Because at 1440p quality, DLSS looks great, as you can clearly tell. It actually cleans up the image a little bit. There was a little bit of noise previously, and now it's a bit softer, so you can't really see the noise. And even inside of here, where it was dropping to like 49 frames per second, it's not dropping from 60 anymore. So this is how I'd play this game with a 1440p monitor, honestly. Maybe with high settings and DLSS quality instead of 57 FPS, it still dips here and there in very intensive areas. But yeah, I think if you have a 1440p monitor with the 3060, you don't need to upgrade for Assassin's Creed Mirage, which is awesome to see and know about. So, yeah, and look at the averages as well, 69 FPS, that is absolutely perfect. Gosh, I'm gonna die. I can't fight these guys. I'm gonna hide. Yes, no. They know. But yeah, guys, again, I would totally play like this on a 1440p monitor with this card. It's 69 FPS. I mean, could it be more perfect than that? I don't think so. All right, now we're at 3840 by 2160, which is 4K, using the same settings. Gonna disable the DLSS, set to TAA native again. And at native 4K resolution, alright, getting like, yeah, 30-ish FPS at times. Not great. It's mostly 30s. Yeah, compared to the RX 6700 XT, which I tested previously, the 6700 XT is still very much faster than this. It got like 5 to 10 more FPS here at 4K Ultra High, I believe. And that makes a huge difference, because that GPU was mostly in the 40s. This is mostly in the 30s. And 30s feels a heck of a lot worse than 40s for sure. Let's go. No, I really wanted to go up there, buddy. Okay, let's go. Let's go this way. Yes, yes, we can do this now. We can do this. Run away from the bad boys. Come on. Good stuff, good stuff. Oh, and we get to see Jack's friend. Oh, we can pet him. Nice, finally, finally. This is the first time I'm petting a black cat. I love black cats, actually. Hello, buddy. Oh, there he is. He's happy to see us, my friends. I don't know why they're so happy to see me in this game. Like every cat, but yeah, it's awesome. It's not very accurate to reality, is it? Oh. Of course, if I didn't die with the guards, I will die by myself. So in the end, it does perform quite a bit worse than the 6700 XT. So you can be happy if you bought the AMD card instead of this one, actually, because it is faster in pretty much every single title, but a lot of people like to compare. What the hell was that? Oh my gosh. A lot of people like to compare this one to the 6700 XT, but this one is closer in performance to like a 6650 XT, you know, or 6600 XT. So there's that. I just thought this would get closer performance to the 6700 XT because Assassin's Creed Mirage runs better on the Nvidia GPUs, usually. But I guess that optimization towards Nvidia GPUs in this game doesn't really make the 3060 on par with the 6700 XT. The other card is still quite a bit faster. Alright, so quality DLSS now at the 4K resolution gives us what the 6700 XT was giving us. Yeah, I think I saw like 40-ish, like low 40s most of the time with that GPU at native resolution, 4K, ultra high. And here this one is getting maybe slightly higher with quality DLSS, and the visuals are really great here at 4K resolution. 4K quality DLSS looks almost the same as native. You can tell that it's slightly softer on my 42-inch monitor, but if you have a 32-inch or a 28-inch or something else, a smaller monitor basically than mine, it will look really similar to native res. It's a flying jar or whatever that is. Okay, flying vase. All right. I'm just gonna go now, guys. Yep, we're gonna die. I can't really fight this guy. Oh my god. Okay. It's still not amazing here with DLSS, but it does smooth out things quite a bit compared to native resolution. And it's getting 40-ish frames per second now instead of 30s, which is a welcomed improvement once again. Still not great, though. For that, you probably need, like, performance DLSS, which can still look pretty good, especially on smaller monitors like 27 inches at 4K. But as you can see, it's still not enough to achieve 60 FPS, at least in this area. There are other areas which will reach 60 FPS, of course, as you know by now, but this is not one of them, and it's mostly below 60 FPS here, so it's not that great of an experience, but it's definitely very playable, and it still looks great with performance DLSS. I'm going to set it to TAA native once again, set the settings to high instead of the ultra high settings now. And, well, now we need to do this again. There we go, 69% sharpness, no motion blur, and I'm going to restart the game and play at 1080p again. Here we have it, 1920 by 1080 using high settings, native resolution. Let's go, we're back here, and it's getting 90s and 100 frames per second. All right. And I can actually feel the smoothness difference a little bit. Previously it was at 70 FPS, and I'm using 120 Hz here at the 1080p resolution alone, because it doesn't support more than that at higher resolutions with the capture cards. Like, seriously, when are they gonna make capture cards with HDMI 2.1 capable of 40 gigabits per second? It's about damn time. Please, Elgato and Ivermedia or whatever. Oh, let's go this way. This is a very intensive area once again. So it's not really a super high refresh rate experience yet, but we're getting there. Maybe with DLSS enabled, it's gonna be at 100 plus FPS. That would be insane, because even here, it's only dropping into the low 80s, basically. High 70s, mid 70s at times, worst case scenario, basically. Oh boy. Oh boy, let's fight these guys over here. Let's fight. Oh, there we go. Kill. There it is. Nice. Can I do the same thing with this guy? Jesus, he's going crazy right there. I'm not gonna do that. Okay? Not gonna fight that guy. Completely crazy bastard. As we know already, by the way, near the water with the RTX 3060, it doesn't really drop our FPS by much. Actually, I've already recorded all of this 1080p part at high settings, but the footage, well, I forgot to hit record on the capture card software. So, yeah. Also, when are capture cards makers gonna make a capture card that allows you to just go play a game, change resolutions and stuff without stop recording? That would be amazing as well. Come on, I would give $500 for that. Oh boy. All right. Anyways, let's keep on going here. 100 plus FPS in some areas, as you can see. Getting high 90s in this one. That's pretty good. Once again, no worries here, but I think I would stick to the 1080p ultra high settings because it was also above 60 FPS 99% of time. So, Yeah, that's probably the way to go. But what if you really want super high FPS, like a proper high refresh rate experience? Can we have that with DLSS quality? Let's find out. Getting 100-ish over here, dropping into the 90s. Okay. I thought we'd get like 90 FPS, 1% lows, but at this point, yeah, probably not, right? Try to go to that really intensive area once again. It's likely in this direction, maybe on the other side of this. I don't know, I get really lost in this game, guys.
Criminals come!
Criminals come. No, shut up. You don't call me that. I wish I could kill you. You would be dead at this point, but I'm an assassin, so I don't kill people. I don't kill innocent people, that's it. Let's go this way. We're in really cramped places at the moment, guys. Not really that intensive, although it did drop over there with that vegetation. Okay, maybe this way, yeah. Alright, it's getting greener as we walk, so we might be close to that area. Look at this over here. Really pretty as well. I like the vegetation in this game as well. It's not really detailed. If you are licking the leaves and stuff like that, you can see that they're not very detailed, and the textures, especially on the palm trees, are very lackluster for 2023. But again, I will take that if it means that I can still have decent looking textures overall. And great performance at the same time, right? Okay, I'm really lost right now. I think we're running around in circles and I can't really find that other area anymore for some reason. Maybe we gotta get to a high point. Oh, wait. We're seeing blue flowers here and purple ones right there. So you must be close, right? Still, I think this is probably enough, right? For these settings. It performs extremely well. It is that little bit smoother, and on a high refresh rate monitor, you can actually tell the difference between like 90 FPS and 110 FPS, and of course 70 FPS. Wait a second. Maybe it's in that direction or that direction. I don't know. Is this where we started? Yeah, I think this is where we started. Wait, we just got to the point where my save game is. That's interesting. So that means that going in this direction is probably gonna get us to that point. Come on. Think it's this way, guys? Are we close to it? Please. No? No. Okay, so I'm still lost. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. I'm completely lost here. We gotta reload the save. And since we reloaded, let's play at 1440p resolution next, high settings. Also, I totally forgot I could have used ultra high environment textures and make it look slightly better without losing performance, because we got enough VRAM for that. So not a problem. Let's start counting our FPS here. And oh boy, okay, I'm fine. Blend in. No, I don't need to blend in. Actually, sitting on top of a rooftop is kind of weird. It's not blending in whatsoever, I think. Also, we're getting like 70 frames per second now, which is okay. I think it will still drop from 60 FPS in that really intensive area. Come on, don't go. You really like hay, don't you? Oh boy, is it in this direction? Yes, it is. It's right here. All right, we finally made it to that other area. Oh boy, let's go. Let's see. Over here, it's not dropping 62, but as soon as I turn around, I think it will drop because it's more intensive this way. Yeah, okay, 56 FPS. That's the minimum, though. It will never drop from 56 FPS, right? That's pretty damn good at native resolution, so no need to use DLSS here. If you play on high settings, it's gonna work really well. I'm gonna die again, aren't I? Oh my god. Alright, let's enable some DLSS now and see how it performs. Yeah, you know what, guys? Especially for those of you who have a higher refresh rate monitor, this is gonna feel smoother than previously, okay? 80 FPS right now. I'm using 60 Hz because of the capture card once again, so I can't really tell much of a difference in terms of the smoothness here. But it will feel better on a high refresh rate panel, and I think since the graphics are so similar to native, I would use this. This way you are 100% sure that it won't drop from 60 FPS ever, even into the high 50s. It just won't do that, okay? It's getting 80 FPS average. That's really good. I mean, since it looks very similar to the ultra quality settings in this game, I think I would use this. It's just so good at 1440p, guys. Again, with some higher textures at the same time, because it will make some of these things look a little bit better. Hello, Jackie boy. How are you going, buddy? Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. I just love it, guys. The game is so well optimized. I love that. And then you can pet all of the cats that you come across, almost. It's so great. They hit the right things. You know, they did hit the right things. Who cares about story and gameplay and size of the map and stuff when you have good optimization and cats? I'm kidding, of course. But I do like them cats, you know, and the good optimization, obviously. All right, goodbye, sir. About the story, by the way, I'm not really sure if I would enjoy it or not. From what I've played so far, which was like 1.5 hours of the main story part, or maybe 2 hours. It's okay, you know, it's kind of boring in some parts, but I mean, if you're really, really into it and not taking a look at the FPS like I usually am, it might be a decent story. Lastly, the 4K resolution is here, my friends, at the high settings, and I'm just gonna disable quality DLSS first. And here we have it, guys. It's getting a few more FPS than at ultra quality settings. It is definitely a little bit smoother for sure. Like, as I told you, 40-ish FPS feels way better than 30-ish FPS. And that's the difference that we're seeing here. I just wish that we could at least see like 50 frames per second, or at least not drop into the 30s at all by dropping from ultra high to high settings in this game. Yet, here we have it. It's dropping into the mid 30s, low 30s at times even. So, again, at 4K resolution, it's a given that you need DLSS to make things playable with decent graphics on an RTX 3060. So let's just do that. Set this to not this quality. There we go. DLSS set to quality now, and at 4K res, it's still not enough to achieve 60 FPS, of course, but it is in the 50s. I think it's getting around the same FPS as performance DLSS at the ultra settings, you know. I really think it was getting around 50s over here. And again, that means that outside of this particular area, it's gonna hit 60 FPS, no problem. But again, it will drop here and there, of course, and it's dipping into the high 40s at times. Still, this feels a lot smoother than the native resolution did, obviously. The 30 to 40 FPS improvement is super noticeable, and 40 FPS feels way better. The 40 to 50 FPS, same thing, and then 50 to 60 FPS is exactly the same thing, guys. Only when you are at 60 FPS and increase it to like 70, you won't really tell much of a difference, especially on a 60 Hz monitor, and that's probably why you can't really tell much of a difference usually. Because of 60 Hz, but I would say that you only start noticing a difference on a high refresh rate panel above 60 FPS when you go from like 60 to 80 or 90 frames per second. Not saying that you can't notice the difference with 70, but yeah, it doesn't really change the experience on 70 FPS compared to 60, whereas if you compare 50 to 60, 60 actually does change the experience quite a bit. Alright, let's stop it there though. Balanced DLSS would give us very minor improvements, so I'm gonna set it to performance right now. And on performance, finally we're seeing 60 plus, although I still think it will drop, but hey, I wouldn't really drop the graphics further than this, you know, from high or... Josh, no! Why? I guess the antagonist in this game could actually be Bob, you know. That's why everybody wants to kill us, and even the citizens don't like us. So I've been running around here for a bit, and I still haven't seen it dip into the 50s, guys. That's pretty good. I think we found the settings if you want to play at 4K resolution. Again, it's not going to be looking like native 4K, obviously. It's a little bit softer because it's performance DLSS at this point, but still, it doesn't look bad. I would totally do this on my 4K monitor with a 3060, and again, it's 60 plus FPS. It makes a big difference to smoothness, as you probably know by now if you're a PC gamer, obviously. You know what's interesting? There are some games where you set the DLSS option to quality, and it looks worse than this one does on performance. DLSS really does look amazing in this one, guys. It's very interesting. Oh my god. Okay, we're not dead. We're not dead. Also, we're almost getting 69 FPS on average. That would be insane. Oh, seriously. Come on. You're an assassin. You could just jump this thing. Come on, dude. Or get over on top of there. Like, these aren't very big spikes even. There we go. 60 still. Not a problem. Maybe inside of bushes it will start dropping. Okay, it already dipped into the 50s. But again, it's only in these extremely intensive scenarios where it's gonna dip into the high 50s still, so it's not really that big of an issue. However, you can notice some big pixelation, by the way, when you're coming out of bushes. You know? If you take a look, I'm not sure if it's gonna come across on YouTube because compression, but yeah, you can notice that upscaling is being utilized whenever you go through these bushes right here, and you got a lot of details on the other side of the bush. It pixelates pretty much everything before we get out of the bush, but it's a minor thing. It's only gonna happen a few times here and there. What the hell got stuck there? Everybody looked like they were having a spasm or something. Anyway, that's been it for this one, my friends. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. 3060 is definitely very capable of achieving super playable FPS here in Assassin's Creed Mirage. Even at 4K max settings, you could lock it to 30 FPS, for example, and have a console-like experience. Probably not like next-gen console-like experience, but you get the idea. It's still going to be playable like that, and that's amazing. Thanks very much for watching again. Love you all. Bye-bye.